I am triumphant. I win. Nothing ever keeps me down. I will rise up from the ground. And yes, I am triumphant. I win. Nothing ever keeps me down. I will rise up from the ground. And yes, I am triumphant.
Hello, Kathryn Butler here, and welcome to Triumphant Thinking Thursdays. I hope that you're having a fantastic day. And yes, I have a special guest. Valentine's Day is coming in just a few days, and I have my special Valentine. So thank you for joining me, Preston. And I thought it would be appropriate for us to talk about effective communication. Because we are all dealing with this on a day-to-day basis. And so the nugget in my book that I want to share with you today is nugget number 3. And it says, learn the art of effective communication and use it. A lot of times, effective being the key word, a lot of times that we are not really saying what we want to say and meaning what we want to say. People are not understanding what it is we're trying to convey. And I think a lot of times in marriage, we tend to miscommunicate, if I would say. And what do you think, Preston? What are some of the things within our marriage that we've learned over the years? Because we're talking about triumphant in the trenches, victory despite challenges, memoirs of a military spouse. And we've had our sets of challenges within communication, but thank goodness, we're 39 years and we're still plugging away. So there is hope. But how do you see the art of communication and how it's been effective, I guess I should say, what we've learned over the years?
Right. Well, thank you for inviting me. Appreciate being here. And it's true. A lot of couples struggle with communications. We hear that all the time. We've struggled with communication. Or the way I like to look at communications is 4 different ways. First of all, you have good communication, which is what we all strive for. But then there's poor communication, which is sort of the norm. And then you have miscommunication, which that's not what I intended. And then you have no communications, which can be possibly the worst of them all. So communication has to be intentional. Just like everything else in marriage, it has to be intentional. You have to intend. And the reason it has to be intentional is because you have to make changes. You have to make deliberate changes because we change. We start off, no kids, then we have kids, then we got to do bottles, we got to do Infamil, we got to do diapers. Your life just changes. And then they go to school, then they leave. Now we're an empty nester. Yeah. So now we have to maybe think about how we're communicating again, and it has to be intentional. Sometimes it has to be general. Sometimes it has to be specific. When I was at airborne school in the Army, it had to be very specific. So they were very specific in how they communicated with us. Everything from standing up on the airplane, hooking up your ring to the wire, to jumping out the door. All of that had to be very specific. And sometimes communication with couples needs to be very specific. But after almost, 39 years, we think, we don't need to be that specific. And we find out we're wrong. We do need to still be very specific.
It's true. And you used to say this to me all the time. I can't read your mind, And so a lot of times women, we're just talking. We have challenges and situations. And we come in and we're frustrated. We sit down. We start telling you all this stuff. And what I have learned over the years was I had to preface my conversation with you and let you know that I'm just wanting to vent or for you to just listen. And you as men are fixers. I'm not asking you to fix the situation. I'm not asking you to really give me a lot of advice on it. I really just needed to vent and have someone listen to me. So in the what I use in the book, I say the art of effective communication. And so the key word being effective. Because it can have a positive result or a negative result. And it depends on a lot of things like your tone, your disposition, and timing. So we have to make sure that when we're communicating that it's a good space and place and time for us to do that. So what would you say is your number one nugget today that we can leave quickly?
For effective communication?
Yes.
My number one nugget is you have 2 ears and you have 1 mouth for a reason. So in the book that I wrote, dealing with couples, it's okay to have an affair with your spouse. And I'm still having an affair with her, by the way. I give one good saying that I love, and that is open mouth wisely. That's what I'd like to maybe put out there. Open mouth wisely.
I agree. So we thank you so much. I'm going to continue the rest of this month talking about family and the importance of relationships and communicating. And I hope that we've said something and shared something today that gave you hope, to let you know, after 39 years, we're still learning how to effectively communicate. But it is because we have made a decision to live triumphantly on purpose. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and thanks for joining me.
My pleasure.
you're ready to live triumphantly on purpose, then you've got to have your trench kit. You can place your order online at KathrynAButler.com. Now, if you love this original song as much as we do, then I have good news. You can listen to Triumphant on your favorite streaming platform whenever you'd like. Yes, you heard that right. You can find the single Triumphant on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, Amazon Music, whichever streaming platform you prefer. Now, we are just getting started, y'all. There is so much more in store. So make sure to set your alarms for Thursdays at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern. Thank you so much for watching. Be encouraged, be blessed, and continue living triumphantly on purpose.